Tyson just told workers at 2 beef plants that Thursday was their last day. And the reason isn't a bad quarter, it's a problem biology won't let anyone fix for years. And it lands on your grocery bill and every food stock that you own. On Thursday, Tyson Foods said it's closing its beef plant in Joslin, Illinois, and a facility in Utah, and trying to sell a third one in Washington. That leaves just 3 beef plants in the middle of the country. Tyson's own words, one of the most historic cattle shortages America has ever seen. When a giant meat company cuts capacity instead of riding it out, it's telling you that beef prices aren't coming down anytime soon. Every restaurant, grocery, and food stock you own is about to feel this. And the reason it can't end fast is the part that most people are skipping over. Tyson pointed at USDA data showing that ranchers aren't keeping the young female cows that make more cows, and you can't build a herd overnight. And the twist here is that Tyson stock rose about 1% on the closure news, so Wall Street liked the cuts, but it's still down about 19% from its high this year. Investors don't think that this pain is over. If you want to see what other investors are doing in real time, the link is in our bio, and follow Upside Invest for more breakdowns like this every single day. Tyson.
Who cares about you get paid for, the next 5 or 6 weeks? What are people supposed to do after that? What about the people that they hired a month ago? What about the people that they hired this month who can't get unemployment, that have left jobs and careers and everything else or relocated for this job? What are they supposed to do? Who cares? I want to be angry, and I can't even be angry. I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt for all of these people and all of these families that are going to suffer.
More than 2,500 people learned yesterday they're losing their jobs at the Tyson beef processing plant in Joslin. How some employees are coping with the unexpected blow and who's already stepping up to help. That is our top story here at 5. Good evening, everyone. I'm Redrick Terry. Thanks for choosing our Quad Cities News at 5. Tyson Foods made the announcement yesterday. It is shutting down its Joslin plant with plans to move its central U.S. beef businesses around Dakota City, Nebraska, Holcomb, Kansas, and Amarillo, Texas. The company mentions a cattle shortage as one of the reasons behind the layoffs. You can hear the raw emotion in this video, which shows the moments after employees learned their jobs were coming to an end. When they walked into work yesterday, they had no idea what was about to happen. And that includes Jenny Arianes and her sons and daughters, who all worked at that plant. And now she said she's worried about her family and her former coworkers, including immigrant employees who are still employed and sponsored by Tyson Foods.
When you think about this and you think about the detrimental effects in our community, and especially the minority community. I mean, we have people here at Tyson that were sponsored through Tyson to work here. So their employment is now terminated at Tyson. They have 60 days to leave the country. They're not legally allowed to work anywhere else because they were sponsored by Tyson. And you have people that have been working here since, like my father-in-law, 33 years. He's 66 years old. Where's he going to go now? Who's going to hire him now?
Tyson says its workers will be paid through October 12th. Our Quad Cities' Hami Arena has been following this story for us today. He joins us now to tell us more about this situation at Joslin. And Hami, you actually spoke to a woman who, as we mentioned, had generations of her family members working at that plant.
That's right. Thanks, Frederick. And, we talked to that woman on the phone Thursday night, and she told us many employees were just hanging around the parking lot, including some of her kids, not sure where to turn next for much of Thursday after they learned that they lost their jobs. And even some supervisors, one or two, maybe telling them, well, there's nothing for them that day, Thursday, but try again tomorrow, Friday, right? So you just heard from her a second ago.
Yeah, and for many people, as she mentioned, like her father, that was their first job, and they held it since the 80s. How are people dealing with this? This is a pretty big thing to deal with.
Exactly, yeah. We talked to another woman who is trying to help her father through this. Now, this is some of the family right here. You can see such a family man right here, working at that Tyson plant since 1988. His first job, as you mentioned. She said he would call it the Tyson bus, going from Moline near the Burger King straight to the plant. And this is still such fresh news, maybe like 27 hours later. So people are feeling frazzled, don't know where to turn next. And some were told to come in Friday and or Monday, depending on their department. Others were told Thursday, that's their last day. It's a lot of moving parts here.
Yeah, very chaotic in terms as well as all the emotion that goes along with it. So where do people go from here, and how could they help in the short term?
It's all about the human element here, and Ginny Arianas, we talked about earlier, pretty much telling us this is where community is so vital, telling us that now that her whole house is unemployed, family had generations of Tyson employees over the years, but in the near future, she's planning to send some food over to one of her neighbors. She noticed one of them extremely distraught Thursday afternoon, just talking about in his front yard. And her message remains just reaching out to the people you know who've been affected by any of this, because really any small act of kindness here can go a long way.
Especially in this situation.
Right.
Hami Arway reporting. Thanks so much, Hami. Meanwhile, that main question continues to come out of this situation. What kind of help is available for those 2,000 plus people who lost their jobs? Earlier today, we caught up with the American Job Center for a look at how they're stepping in to help.
We refer to the American Job Center as kind of one-stop shopping. Come in, we'll figure out what you need, and then we'll get you in touch and connect you to who can help provide that. We are encouraging the folks who have been affected by this, and because it's been so new to all of us, it's going to take us a little time to coordinate some efforts, but we are in I've had lots of conversations with a lot of people, both at the state level and even in our local level. The mayors have called. Richard Brunk, our county board chair, is very much involved and wants to help. Our counterparts in Iowa and I have been on some calls to help coordinate some of the activities about doing job fairs and helping people file for unemployment if they need to. And so we're developing some informational sessions that we're going to have across. We'll probably have some here. We'll probably have some in Kewanee because we have some folks there. We'll have, some in Iowa, just to meet their needs and let people know what help is available.
Congressman Eric Sorensen says his top priority is getting the 2,500 workers impacted by the closure back to work and helping families through the transition.
I am going to do everything that I can from this point forward to make sure that those thousands of our neighbors are connected to good paying jobs, that we're making sure that we're doing everything to keep that either that plant in operation or find resources for every one of those unemployed, whether that is at Smithfield and Monmouth or at other places here in the Quad Cities.
The Greater Quad Cities Hispanic Chamber of Commerce is stepping up to support families in need.
We have a job board on our website that you don't have to be a member to get onto that job board and take a look and see what's available. Asking our members who have not posted some jobs yet or utilized that job board to make sure they post jobs so people can have a place to go to.
The group also has a Facebook thread where businesses can share job postings. Riverbend Food Bank says it's on standby to help with any food insecurity caused by the closure. Their interim CEO told our Quad Cities News this is not the first time they've had to deal with major job loss in the area. They say they're also expecting a big increase in people coming to their pantries.
We want to make sure that there is enough food for everyone during this very sad time. So our partners and our clients can rely on Riverbend to make sure that we have food for everyone as they navigate this change in their lives.
You can find a pantry near you or make a donation at riverbendfoodbank.org. Another organization stepping up in the Quad Cities is World Relief. They've partnered with Tyson for more than 15 years to help employ refugees and immigrants. The organization says many households it supports relies solely on the income they earn at Tyson. So right now, it's focused on raising awareness and bringing community resources together to help those families.
People saying, what does this mean? How could this happen? We had one person, it's just very somber because we had one person say that this is the worst news they've ever faced, and that's coming from someone who fled their home country. So it's very sad. It's heartbreaking.
The organization will also help people navigate the job search process, including interpretation, translation, and transportation assistance. Employers are encouraged to reach out with available job opportunities. The French Community Mental Health Center is also stepping in to help workers with their mental health. The center is offering free services to anyone who needs it.
We're the Community Mental Health Center, which means we help people regardless of their ability to pay. And in a situation like that, that's going to help a lot of people. They need, if they do have funds, they need a sliding scale. If they don't have funds, they need, charity care, basically the ability to just come in and get the help they need. As a community mental health center, we have ways of helping people that don't require them to dig into their pockets and open up their checkbook.
Services are available there Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. and then Wednesday and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
The announcement that Tyson Foods is closing its Joslyn beef plant. The announcement that Tyson Foods is closing its Joslyn beef plant has left the region reeling, with more than 2,700 workers now looking for new jobs. But beyond the factory walls, there's another group of people facing a sudden and expensive uncertainty. Local farmers say the closure is creating a ripple effect that could change the local cattle industry overnight. KWQC's Elizabeth Ruggiero spoke with a Geneseo farmer who says the road to market just got a whole lot longer.
The gates of the Tyson plant in Joslyn may be closing, but for local farmers, the shockwaves are just starting to move across the fields. Farmers like Tim Gold say the ripple effect is just beginning to wash over the countryside.
I was pretty shocked to hear it. First thing that came to mind was the economic effect is going to be very big, I think more than people think.
Gould says the impact starts at the local sale barns in places like Kewanee and Walnut. Tyson was a major bidder there, so without them, the price a farmer gets for their cattle could drop by $50 to $200 per head, making this a major economic loss for the farmer.
Those are bids that are lost to the local cattle producer, and it's definitely going to be less people there bidding on the cattle.
The closure comes at a time when farmers are already dealing with tight profit margins. Beef prices are high, but so is the cost of buying the young calves needed to keep a herd going.
When you start talking already tight margins and then now having to truck your cattle to 10 times the distance of what you used to, that's definitely going to make tighter margins and make things more difficult.
For now, farmers are left to navigate a market that changed overnight with fewer buyers at the sale barn and a much longer road to the processor. In Coal Valley, Elizabeth Ruggiero, KWQC TV6 News.
While Gould sells his beef directly to consumers, he worries the added costs for other farmers could eventually lead to more competition or even higher prices at the grocery store.